How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing good. So in this video I'm going to be doing something which I've been wanting to do for a while now, and some of you might have realised that I've been rebranding the channel a bit recently, creating the new banner and stuff. Well, I've also created a new intro to open up the videos, but get ready for it because it is quite quick. So that's the new intro, and the logo, by the way, which you saw there, is something which is going to play a big part in the content on the channel in the future, and it's something which I'm going to reveal more about in future videos. I have a lot planned and stuff to come, so back to the subject at hand. What we're going to be doing today is creating an end screen for the videos on the channel, and for those that don't know, an end screen is pretty much the screen at the end when the video has finished, where usually you see some social media links in there, maybe some videos that you might want to watch after the video you have just watched. It's pretty self-explanatory what it is, but you'll see what I mean as I start to draw this. And that's another thing, this is also going to be hand-drawn like the banner. Everything on this channel is pretty much going to be hand-drawn after that, apart from the avatar, which I'll probably do at a later date, or I might even use the that new logo. I'm not sure, but I have a few ideas for what I want to do, so I'm going to start by roughing out some thumbnail sketches, and then I can talk more about my idea as we get into it. Okay, this should be good. I started doing some rough sketching, throwing down all of my ideas. I already knew what I wanted to do with this, so after that I went straight into the drawing. So the main thing with this was to get the correct sizes in relation to the size of the YouTube screen and transfer them onto the paper. Also, the end screen has a built-in feature where you can include the next videos, and these are at a set size, so I had to draw them incorrectly as well. It is a bit hard to see the pencil lines here because I decided to lightly sketch in the location of everything that I wanted to draw and all of the stuff that I had planned out with the rough sketch that I did before this. So let me explain my idea and what I'm doing here. So as you know, this is going to be the end screen for the videos, and so there's a few things that I need on here. I wrote a list of stuff that I wanted on here, like the subscribe sign and the links to the other platforms. I also had an area for the shop, which is coming soon. But yeah, I had this list and I was trying to figure out a way to bring all of this stuff together, and I came up with this idea to have it almost be like a shop window with all of this stuff on display. I also wanted it to have a cyberpunk vibe for various reasons, one of them being that I just really enjoy drawing this sort of stuff. The TVs were going to be perfect for the area at the end screen where the videos will be, and that was the starting point. I was coming up with ideas of how I could represent these links and icons with items in the drawing. For example, the subscribe sign is something that I wanted to stand out, so I decided it would be a good idea to have that be kind of a neon sign, which would also fit into that cyberpunk theme that I'm trying to go for with this. For those that are wondering, I had drawn all of this with a 2B pencil, and I wasn't focusing too much on the values and the contrast in this drawing because I was intending on making adjustments in Photoshop anyways. In terms of the construction, I drafted all of this in using one vanishing point, which you can see near the top of the shelf kind of, and most of it is converging to that point, but I also had items in here where they was rotated on different angles, so those objects would have their own vanishing points which are still on the same horizon line. Because I was going for a kind of cyberpunk theme with this, I wanted a lot of electronic items and stuff to be placed in the image, which worked well with the drawing's purpose. I also say that it's cyberpunk, but in reality it's quite hard to capture that kind of vibe when you are working in grayscale, but regardless I was still happy with the result. Okay, so the drawing stage of the process is done, and I have everything that I need on here for an end screen, like the subscribe icon, and that reminds me, by the way, if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe and make sure you turn the notifications on so that you'll always be updated when I upload a video. And on here I also have an area for a shop, which I haven't really spoken much about, but more on that soon. Along with that, at the bottom I have some social media links to Instagram, Twitter, things like that, and then to the side I have some TVs, and they're left blank because that's where the next videos are going to be. So that should turn out pretty good once I throw it into Photoshop and do some editing on there. I'm just going to make a few corrections and maybe even animate it so that it comes to life at the end of the video. So let's head into Photoshop and see what we can do. Okay, so I brought the drawing into Photoshop and started assigning different elements to their own layers, and this allowed me to change the values of each individual part, and so straight away I knew that I wanted the subscribe sign to stand out and be brighter than the rest. I also wanted the back of the shelves to be a lot darker, along with the sides of the image, and this is because I wanted all of the focus to be placed on the centre of the drawing. You might have realised that when I was drawing this, I wasn't drawing in any text, and this is because I decided to do that in Photoshop. I could have hand drawn the text, but I wanted it all to be clear and consistent, so it was easier to do it this way. I had used some of the layering effects in Photoshop to make the text fit in with the pencil, and I was always zooming in and out of the drawing to make sure that everything looked okay. I think this Photoshop stage had taken around 3 hours, and the drawing itself had taken about 4 hours, so it's a good bit of work, but I'll probably be using this end screen a lot, and I wanted to spend a bit more time on it. There are some parts in here that I removed from the original drawing, mainly because I wanted to simplify it as a whole. I'll most likely be making changes to this end screen as we progress with the videos as well, but I'm happy to say that after this it means that we have a hand-drawn banner and also the end screen for the videos of being hand-drawn, which represents a big subject on this channel. I also decided to animate this slightly, which you'll see at the end. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that has turned out. I'm going to go ahead, let the video end, and then you can have a look at this in all of its glory. But before I do that, I want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like because it helps me out. I have a lot of new content coming, which I'm sure you're all going to enjoy. And you've probably guessed from the drawing which I did today that I have an online store opening soon. So I'll keep you updated on that. But there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. And that's pretty much everything from me today. So have a look at this end screen, let me know what you think in the comments below, and of course I'll see you in the next one.